What is going on, YouTube? So coming back today with my first version of college football playoff predictions in the actual season. So post week 1, week 2, whatever you want to call them. I'm going to do the same format I did last year. I'm going to put my 4 outside and then the 4 teams I have in the playoff. So I'm not going to put anything in the description below because I'm going to try to make this a shorter video anyway. But let's start with the 4 outside. And the number 4 team I got, I think this is actually in order too. This isn't just like random teams. I think these are the teams that are going to finish 4 outside in order. But anyway, number 4, I got the Washington Huskies. I think this is the other team that can compete for the Pac-12. The Pac-12 South just really didn't show up in week 1 and really hurt their chances of making the playoff. Between USC and UCLA, just did not look good. Both teams ended up losing. Washington looks solid, along with Stanford, along with Oregon still looking pretty good, which were the top 3 teams I had in the Pac-12 North. So we'll see what happens there. But anyway, number 3 we got Michigan. Now, Michigan put up a very, very good effort against Hawaii in week 1. Again, I'm not going to jump the gun on Michigan for anything. They have a pretty easy early schedule heading into the Michigan State game. So they can build some real good early momentum heading into the college football playoff, but that second half is going to be tough. So the Clemson Tigers at number 2, and I don't know, I just wasn't impressed by them in week 1. I'm not going to say they're definitely out of the college football playoff by any means, but like I said, the college football playoff week 1 predictions are always like knee-jerk reactions, overreactions, whatever you want to call them. So in my mind, Clemson's still right in the thick of it. Number 1, I got TCU. There's a lot of people that have TCU in their college football playoff this week, and it's hard to figure out why, I'll be honest, and especially why I have them in there in the first place. They didn't show up well. I think it's mainly just because OU lost, because TCU is kind of the consensus second best team in the Big 12, and right now, at least for the time being, they're in the top spot right now. They will most likely be the highest ranked team in the Big 12 if Texas is not. So let's move into the 4 that I have. So at number 4, I got the Stanford Cardinal, and you know what? This college football playoff I actually really like because I think there's a lot of parity. I think it works out very well. But Stanford had a big win against Kansas State, was able to stave off any upsets that looked like might have happened, and McCaffrey looked good. Ryan Burns played pretty well as well. Defense played pretty solid. So the supporting cast is looking a little bit better than I guess you would have hoped for. And you know what? That could have a big result, or that could lead to a big result heading forward in Stanford's schedule. It's a tough schedule, but Pac-12 South not looking too good. I think Stanford, even with 1 loss, would end up making it into the college football playoff. So number 3, we got the Ohio State Buckeyes, and after week 1, they look like the Big Ten favorites. Granted, it doesn't look like there's much room between them and Michigan right now, but man, both teams look very good. JT Barrett looking like everything you would expect him to be, the Heisman contender that everyone expected him to be as well. But anyway, number 2, we got the Florida State Seminoles, and a team that looked like they were very close to losing in week 1. Ended up scoring 30 straight points. They went on a 39-6 run to finish the ball game. Deontre Francois finished off very well. The defense really locked down after the first, 27 minutes of the game, and took control of that game in the way you would expect Florida State to. Like I said, much more impressive victory than Clemson had against Auburn in week 1. So right now, right at this second, I'm going to put Florida State in the driver's seat for the ACC. So at number 1, we have the obvious choice, the Alabama Crimson Tide, coming off an enormous win against USC in week 1, where they just absolutely destroyed USC. New quarterback Jalen Hurts looks good. Man, the receiving core looked good. The running game looked pretty good. The defense was obviously on lockdown. Just absolutely dominant win over a top 25 team, which is kind of scary moving forward, but we'll see what happens with Alabama, especially in the Ole Miss game. Ole Miss looking like even with that loss, still a pretty formidable opponent. So that'll pretty much do it for my week 2 college football playoff predictions. Later today, I will be coming back with my actual predictions for week 2, and then tomorrow, either today or tomorrow, we'll be picking against the spread for week 2 as well. So anyway, that's pretty much it. See ya.